Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I am going to be ranking the ultimates of every single hero in the game. Now I know that the ultimate ability is always going to be the strongest ability for pretty much every single hero. But we are going to be ranking this list based off of three different things. The first one is how impactful is that ultimate on that particular hero. So how strong is that hero without the ultimate? If the hero is very weak, then it's a very strong ultimate. But if the hero is okay without even having the ultimate, it's not a good ultimate. So we are that's going to be our first point. The second point is how impactful is that ultimate in an actual game. So whether it be in terms of dealing damage or in terms of crowd control, or it might be whatever, but how much of a game changer that is and how useful it is for your team in an actual game, we are looking at that also. And last but not the least, the most important thing in my opinion in these three is just because an ultimate is weak doesn't necessarily make it bad, because the cooldown will be very low. So some ultimates will be not very powerful, but their cooldown will be like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. These types of ultimates easily outshine other ultimates or which are very powerful but have a 60-second, 70-second cooldown. So yeah, we'll consider that also in when we are making this list. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and let us get right into the video. Okay, so these are the different tiers that we'll be having in today's tier list. Broken AF, you get it. Hero is completely dependent, so these the heroes in this tier are completely dependent on their ultimate. Just another ability, pretty self-explanatory. So the ultimate is nothing special, it's just another ability of that hero. Underwhelming, which means they are worse than the other two abilities. Rather not have is the worst tier. I don't think any hero will have their ultimate here. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so these are the 5 tiers that we'll be having, and I'll be placing the heroes. So if I place Dianwei, it means I'm talking about Dianwei's third ability. Okay, so yeah, let us start with Dianwei. Of course, it is just another ability for him. The thing is, he is neither completely dependent on it nor is it broken. The broken mechanic is his passive, which is available for all three of his abilities, not just his ultimate. So it is just an ability, just another ability for him. In my opinion, all three abilities of Dianwei are broken AF. So it's just another ability. You get it? That is how he is in this tier. Okay. So Luben, pretty underwhelming, or I'd rather not have. I have never faced Luben and found that his ultimate was a big problem. If you have, please let me know. I don't think it's even possible because it's such a slow moving, very little damage ability, and the only reason one would ever use it is to get the enhanced auto attack. So if an enemy is in front of you, you just click one ability auto attack, another ability auto attack, then third ability auto attack. You're just going to use it for that. So I think it's a very underwhelming ability. So Luben is in that list. And Uyan, she is not dependent at all, and it's also not broken. So this is just another ability for her. Her second ability, I think, is better than her ultimate. Her ultimate is good. She can like constantly stun and deal damage as well, but I don't see it being any better than any of her other abilities. So it's just another ability. Agudo is a hero who is completely dependent on her ultimate. She can get a lot of stacks, but without being able to use those creatures with her ultimate, it's going to be completely useless for her. So she is having an ultimate that is not broken by any means, but she is completely dependent on that ultimate, which makes that ultimate better than the ultimates of these other heroes that we have ranked so far. Erin, again, a hero who is completely dependent on her ultimate. It's a very good ultimate as well because she doesn't need to stand and shoot, right? She can just keep walking back. If an assassin is chasing her, she can just keep running backwards while automatically attacking that assassin as well. So that's a very good ultimate for Erin. So she is completely dependent. Angela is just another ability. Now you might be like, bro, Angela's ultimate is so powerful, it just destroys everyone. It actually is not as, like, it's not, it is good, but it's not too much different from her first ability and second ability. So in my opinion, I would say that the first and second abilities are more powerful than her ultimate, because the ultimate just gives her CC immunity and gives her a big shield just in case a whole enemy team is diving your tower. You just turn on your ultimate and you sit there. But other than that, the first ability and second ability cover every single thing. If you use the first ability properly, you're just going to keep spamming it again and again, which is broken. And the ultimate doesn't really do that, right? So yeah, just another ability for Angela. Shou comes somewhere between these two. I think it's like when we talk about Shou, we talk about how hard it is for an enemy to kill him, and that is thanks to his ultimate. It's also because of his first ability, but the ultimate is the one that actually takes him back. It makes him jump back. So I would say he is pretty dependent on the ability, but just for escaping it is like that. So I would rather put him in just another ability, because it deals the same damage as his second ability, snipe. So, and it also requires the bullets for being able to use the third ability. So I would just put him in just another ability. Dr. Bian is a hero who is completely dependent on his ultimate. Sure, you can get the stacks up, you can also heal your teammates slowly, but the big damage and the big healing are going to be from his ultimate for sure, and it's pretty powerful. At 5 stacks, if you use your ultimate, it heals up like half the HP of your marksman, which is really good. And then even after doing that, it constantly keeps healing them after that, right? And also when it comes to attacking enemies, I don't really see him attacking enemies that much, because his range is so bad that they don't even come, like you are not even able to place the marks on them. But in case you are able to, it's a huge burst damage when you use his ultimate at 5 stacks. So yeah, he is dependent on his ultimate. Shiranui. Shiranui, the ultimate is just another ability. Now I know you might be like, bro, her ultimate just one shots marksman. Sure, but you don't. Do you know you don't even need her ultimate to one shot marksman? You just need your first ability and second ability. Just use your second ability once, then first ability, then second ability, and a marksman will die. You don't really need her ultimate. The only the only important scenario where the ultimate will be useful is to push the enemies like a bit hard, or to run away. Like just if a lot of people are jumping on you, you can use the other ability to run away. So it's just another ability for her. She has very powerful 3 abilities, so all 3 of her abilities are good. That's what I'm trying to say. Cayenne, nerf this shit, bro, nerf this shit. This hero, I am a jungler and I am an assassin player, right? She is a nightmare. Like, she, even in the late game, this hero makes it so that one of her teammates is completely invincible. You can't deal damage to her. What is the highest damage dealing hero that you can think of? Um, what can we say? Let us say Ukong, or let us say Prince of Landling. How fast does Prince of Landling attack? He just goes in, immediately stuns and finishes off. But Cayenne can stop it. She'll just turn on her ultimate, and whoever she is protecting is invincible until that ultimate is on. Nerf that, nerf that shit. It's broken. Okay, okay. I'm not going to rate this hero because he is not available in the global version. Butterfly. It's a pretty. It's just another ability. It's not as bad as her other abilities. It is better than her other abilities. So, but she's also not completely dependent. Okay, she is completely dependent on her ultimate. Yeah, okay. Butterfly is completely dependent on her ultimate, even though it feels like it's just another one of her abilities. Without her ult, she's nothing, because the ultimate actually marks them and resets. So she is very dependent on her ultimate, but at the end of the day, I think it's just another ability for her. It doesn't really do like anything significant. Like, sure, it's an ability that is very important for her, but for her team it's not really. It's just another ability. It's just an assassin jumping in and dealing some damage. So yeah. Dharma's ultimate is pretty broken, not as broken as Cayenne, so that is why he is behind Cayenne. But man, if used properly, one shot and the game is completely changed. You just need to find the right position, find the right wall, and if you manage to hit 3 enemies, it just stuns them permanently. And then pairing up with his other abilities, in terms of being useful for him, it's pretty average. It's good, it's better than his other abilities, but in terms of the overall impact that it creates in the game, it's definitely on the broken tier, that's for sure. No need to say anything at all about this guy. Can resurrect towers, makes him invincible, freezes time, so he can just stand there and attack. No, no, nothing to talk about this guy. I don't know how he's surviving every single nerf. Like HoK is nerfing heroes like every 2 weeks, but this guy, did they forget that this guy exists? No idea, no idea. Mine's ultimate hero is really dependent. I was going to put her in just another ability, but then it makes it so that she runs really fast. It's impossible to get away from her, and then she can use her ability one more time, which means without that she's not really good in team fights. Having that two more stacks of her abilities, it's just a game changer for her. She is completely dependent, but I would say she's not as dependent as Audo or Erin, so that is why she's down below in the completely dependent tier. Okay, Daji, it's just another ability. I would even put it in underwhelming, but I don't think it's underwhelming. It deals good amount of damage, but then so does all her other abilities. The cooldown is very low, but you get it right. It's just another ability for her. It's not really a game changer. The broken ability for Daji is definitely her second ability, which stuns you for 1 second. Okay, it's an auto locker which stuns you for 1 second. Doesn't make any sense, but I guess it does because she's kind of a bad mage if not for that. So yeah, this hero is again in this tier with Dharma. I would even put her above Dharma. No, I would put her after Dharma. Tasha, her ultimate is just a very macro objective based ability. If you are having a very good 5-man team and if you are able to use Tasha to the full potential, her ability is broken AF, no doubt about it. The cooldown might be long, but it's definitely worth it. It can help you set up a lot of plays, it can help you get a lot of objectives, and it is a game changer ability. Charlotte, it's just another ability for her, doesn't do anything to her special except the CC immunity. Other than that, her passive does all that. So just another ability for Charlotte. Moving on. Jin is pretty dependent. He's more dependent than Butterfly and Mayin on her ultimate, because you can use it to hard engage, or you can you can even double tap it to run away, go through a wall and run away. And then the ultimate also has a second phase, which is not something every hero has. Dharma has it, and then Yin has it. I would even say her ultimate is broken AF. Yeah, let us put it in broken because the cooldown is not really long, but she's able to stun every single hero she hits. Like, it's a huge range, and she stuns everyone she hits, and then she can also torch that area, and it will also be burning for some time. So I would say she's one of the lesser ones of the broken ones, but she's there too. DRNG, I mean, it reduces the magical defense and physical defense. It's a good stun, but you can easily dodge it as well. It's not like an auto locker like Daji. So I don't feel like I'm doing justice to Daji if I put him in the same tier as her. Um, okay, I'll just put him in just another ability at the last because it's just a stun, but it also reduces the physical and magic defense. That I know that, but not really very impactful by any means. I feel like most of the marksmen will be here. Like, they don't really have very strong ultimates because their strong fact is going to be their auto attack. Dio-chan hero is completely defendant, if not broken. Okay, so I'm just going to keep her here because she's not really the strongest hero, because she's easily counterable. You can easily counter her. So it's not a broken ability, but without that ability she is completely useless. So we can even put her right here in front of everyone, because without her ultimate she is nothing, but with her ultimate she is an absolute beast. Yeah, as I was saying, if played properly she can be absolutely devastating. But it's not really, she's not really the best hero right now. So yeah, she is completely dependent and it's a very strong ability, but it's not broken enough. Dongwang, the hero is completely dependent. I wouldn't say it's a broken ability. It just makes one hero unplayable, which is so annoying in solo queue. So if you are a solo queue player, you will find Dongwang annoying. But if you are a 5-man player, I don't think anyone finds Dongwang to be annoying. The ultimate of Dongwang. Sure, she is annoying. She can just come into the jungle and be an absolute menace. But oh, I'm talking she. Okay, it's not she. I'm just confusing him with Arum from AOV. So he is absolutely annoying. But just the ultimate alone, you can easily work around it if you have a 5-man team. It's only annoying in solo queue. Okay, Gan and Mo, just another ability, or it is broken AF if you are landing it every single time. The problem with Gan and Mo is it's very hard to perfectly hit the ability. But if you are someone who can hit that ability every single time, it's definitely broken. There is no hero that is as broken as Gan and Mo if it's a skilled player playing it and they are managing to hit the enemy every single time. But if not, then it's just a hero that is completely dependent, or just another ability for her, just deals more damage, that is all. So yeah. um Gao. Gao's ultimate, he is dependent, but more more than being dependent on his ultimate, I would say he is more dependent on having the second ability's dash to go forward, or the flash ability, right? The flash common ability. So he needs these two to help him with his ultimate, because as soon as the enemies see him coming, they are going to run away and he has to catch up to them. And if he does, the ultimate is actually very powerful. So he is a hero who is dependent on it, but not as much as the others. But I still think mm, he's better than, he's more dependent on his ultimate than these heroes. Yeah. Arlie, again, just another ability for her. It is just a pushback. It doesn't change anything. It's just going to give her the umbrella, which she can teleport to once again and then attack 2 more times. She's just an auto attack hero. It's just another ability for her. Musashi's ultimate, just another ability for him, in my opinion. Unless you are trying to counter a Lamb or a Dio-chan with it, or any other healer, if you are trying to counter them, it's a very dependent ability. But other than that, the first ability and second ability are going to be much better for him. So the ultimate is just another ability. Guan Yu. Now, I might be biased, but this ultimate is actually broken, because without this ultimate, this hero is nothing, right? The first ability and second ability. So we had 3 points that we were taking care of. The first one, he is definitely broken, because without the ultimate he is nothing. And the second one, how much impact it creates on the map or in any fights. No hero can make as much impact as this guy if played properly. Not only is that ultimate a very powerful dash in itself, he keeps pushing for the next 10 seconds, and if there is no one to properly take care of him, if it's a 5-man engage and they are well coordinated, and this guy just comes from the back and starts pushing, and he's not the only one that you have to deal with, you have other 3 teammates of him as well, you are in a nightmare situation. It's just so frustrating to deal with him. So I would even say he's better than Dharma, right? Being the ultimate being broken, but then it really takes too much skill to play him. So yeah, that there is that. For Anshin, it's just he's not dependent. He's not. It's not just another ability as well. Like somewhere between these two, but I also feel like it's quite underwhelming, because most of his damage comes from his auto attacks, and the only reason why you would use his ultimate is to make yourself immune to stun. So let's say you're just jumping into 3 enemies and you're trying to kill the marksman, and they have a mage who is going to stun you. You go in immediately and then start his ultimate, so that the mage stuns you, and you are immune to the stun, and then you kill the marksman and get away. So it's pretty underwhelming. Most of his damage and his whole potential depends on his first ability and second ability. The mobility, the damage, then the auto attacks are more important than his ultimate. So pretty underwhelming ultimate in my opinion. This ultimate is broken too, not as broken as others HoE, but it takes really high skill to hit this ultimate, and in this channel we know about that, right? So yeah, HoE's ultimate is pretty busted, and it's a game changer ability. Like when you have the overlord, and then you are ready to push the tower, and you're just standing outside and the enemy team is waiting to defend, you just shoot one, and it makes it so that that enemy is just stunned for 3-4 seconds, and your teammates can just jump in, so it's a 4v5 situation and they will win. Very very powerful broken ultimate. Mulan, how do I put her ultimate? So I'm not going to count the first ability and second ability of both the forms. We are just going to talk about the ultimate. It's very tricky to rate Mulan. How do I even rate her? Let's keep her here. We'll come back to her after some time. This guy, he's completely dependent on his ultimate. We can even put him above Erin. Okay, above Agudo as well. So late game potential is absolutely insane. He just has insane range, and he also gains a lot of armor when he uses his ultimate. And then the damage is area damage, so if the enemies are standing together, they all take damage, and they can also crit. The auto attacks can crit, so it's really 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 strong. Okay, then Jin, it's not broken, but she is dependent on it. I would say she's really dependent, but not. Yeah, she is really dependent on her ultimate. It doesn't really do too much other than make it so that the first and second ability come more often out of cooldown, and then also lets her heal, and then makes it hard to hit her. But other than that, it's just another ability for her. But she is dependent on it, so we are going to put her in that tier. This Tachibana, so this hero, his ultimate is pretty broken because it's just 6 seconds or 5 seconds cooldown, I think, and he's not dependent on his ability by any means. He can use the first and second and still be okay, but then the ultimate is where he can get a lot of healing, and then he can also deal a lot of damage as well. But the cooldown being that low definitely puts him in that broken tier, because it's a very good ultimate. It's just that it's very hard to properly use it. Like when the fight starts, it's very easy to use the second ability, auto attack, then jump back. But if you stand there and use his ultimate, you're putting yourself in risk of getting attacked. But if you are able to find the blind spots properly, and then if you are able to use it, I think his ultimate is very powerful, given the fact that his cooldown is just 5-6 seconds in the late game. So yeah, it is on the lower side of the broken tier, but the main reason being the cooldown being very low. Menki's ultimate is it is pretty good. It's not a bad ability by any means. Just a sec, let me look at this. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So Menki's ability is not bad. It actually helps him go around and attack the marksman behind, but then it doesn't really do too much for him other than letting him close the gap and then also stun the enemy. So it's just another ability, or it might even be an underwhelming ability. It will be nice if they can rework, because he's such a strong hero in the early game and completely falls off in the late game. Like there is no one who falls off harder than this guy. So he definitely needs a rework, and it will be nice to have the rework on his ultimate. Kaiser, man, what is this? Like this is Cayenne part 2, but this guy is Cayenne on, like he's Cayenne and a warrior combined, right? He's two in one hero who just won't die at all. Two marksmen who are fully built, who also have the anti-tank equipment. I don't know I forgot the name of it, the red color one. Two marksmen can't deal enough damage to like bring this guy down. Like the fight will be happening for 15 seconds. This guy comes in with his ultimate, and both the marksmen will be shooting him for 15 seconds, and at the end of 15 seconds he'll still have like half HP left. And they build him like a 25k HP tank. He'll be a jungler but full tank build. So broken. It's just 2 in 1 Cayenne. The only one who's more broken than him is probably this guy who he there is no words for him. Byron, it's alright, it's just another ability for him. The first and second provide so much more to him than his ultimate. Of course, it provides a big ass shield and then it deals some damage as well. But realistically, if you are a Byron main, you know that your first and second are much better than your ultimate. Sure, ultimate is good, but it's not as good as an ultimate should be. Like in comparison with other heroes and how strong their ultimates are compared to their other abilities, Byron's ultimate is just another ability for him. A Prince of Landling. I'm not going to consider the invisibility as his ultimate. I'm just going to consider the damage dealing as his ultimate. So it's just another ability for him. The main factor for him is invisibility, and the second ability that can stun, and then the first ability deals enough damage. You don't really need your ultimate to one-shot a marksman in the late game. Marksman or mage, if you are having the full build and they are going for the standard build without any armor, you just need to go close, S2, S1, auto attack, they will die. You don't even need the ultimate, so it's just another ability for him. Sure, you can use it to go over walls, or you can attack the enemy and then use the ultimate on the opposite direction to run away while killing the enemy at the same time. So these are the two useful things that you can do with this ultimate. Fuzi's ultimate, hero is not really too dependent on it, but I think the team is dependent on Fuzi's ultimate rather than him being too dependent on it. I think the team of Fuzi needs his ultimate. If he manages to ult the marksman or the assassin or the mage, it's just over for them. Like it's very hard to save someone who is ulted by Fuzi. So I would say the hero is like, for him alone, the team is completely dependent. We can put it like that. Okay, yeah. Leei, what is I think he'll be the only hero that I would rather not. Like, he is supposed to be an ability based assassin, but they are nerfing him more and more and more and more, and he's just, his ultimate is like massaging, right? You know, you'll surely know that, right? The pleasure pain, that type of damage he does with his ultimate. It's like a massage, right? It's painful but it's good. He'll just come ult and then go back, and it feels good. It's like relaxing on our muscles, and it's a good refreshment. The only thing that is like strong about him is his auto attack. He can deal a lot of auto attack damage, and his first ability is the only thing that is carrying him right now, because it can stun 2 times. The ultimate is just there for show. Change this, or at least give it more damage. You don't need to change anything about him. Give him more damage, make him like an ability assassin rather than an auto attack assassin. Why would you give him these abilities while his damage is going to come from auto attacks? It doesn't make any sense. Legion's ultimate, how do we put this? So I think the ultimate is like underwhelming for Legion in both the forms actually. At least in the domination form, the ultimate is like a long range attack, and the enemies can of course avoid it, but then if they are too busy preoccupied by something else, you can hit it and deal a lot of damage. But then the demonic form ultimate, I think if you don't have flash on Legion, you can never go close to a pro marksman player or a mage player. They'll always get away from you, and of course no one is going to stand there and fight Legion. They know Legion is a beast in 1v1. Like, if you are going to stand and fight him, only Fuzi and Alen can beat him, or maybe Dian Wei in his full raged form. But you can't really use the ultimate to properly attack a bunch of enemies. They'll always run away from you. Good enemies will run away from you. Okay, so it's a pretty underwhelming ability, but his first ability and second ability are pretty broken. Okay, Lian Po. Surely here we can put him here. It is a pretty broken ability. I don't think it needs a nerf. Like these three need a nerf, right? These don't need a nerf. So draw a line here. These three need a nerf. From here they don't need a nerf. They are just very strong abilities. And this Liam Poe's ultimate is very strong. It just provides so much crowd control and so much tanking from his end. He just goes a lot forward than his team, so a lot of enemies will be hitting him, and he'll also be soaking up a lot of damage while providing a massive stun. So the first two phases of his ultimate are slowdowns, and then the third phase is a stun. If used properly, just like Tasha, if the team of Lianpo uses it properly, it's just going to be an absolute game changer, because it's a very powerful stun. Liu Bei, what is again Li Bai, Liu Bei, both of them are bad. The ultimate is bad, right? And Liu Bei is like, he is like the what do they call it? Rourke on budget. Budget Rourke. Like what? I don't know, bro. They need a rework for his ultimate, or at least make it strong. Like give him more shield. It just feels so underwhelming. He's a marksman type of jungler. He's good only in the early game. Falls off harder than Menki in the late game and in the mid game. Like just two shots and the shield will be gone. Then what is going to be the use of this hero? Just change this. You have to do something about this HoK. Liu Shan. I mean, it's pretty underwhelming for him. The reason why I say that is his first ability and second ability are just outshining his ultimate by a lot. His ultimate is not even close to being as good as his S1 and S2. It's just a, it's just like they made the S1 and S2 and they were like, shit, we should have used this ability as his ultimate. Okay, what do we then do for the ultimate? Just make him spin like that, and then make it so that he can like heal some HP and also deal damage to towers. I'm not I'm not wrong, right? That is what should have been going through their mind, because it's nothing. The ultimate is nothing compared to the S1 and S2. Luna is a hero who is completely dependent on the same level as Dio-chan in her ultimate. Without the ultimate, she's just, you know it, right? She's just nothing without the ultimate. So we'll put her there. Just a sec. Let me arrange this. Okay. Very dependent, very good ultimate, very flashy. And if you are a pro Luna, I recently figured out that you can actually spam Luna's ultimate very fast. The only thing you need to do is you have to hold your movement cursor. You should not take your hand off of it. Like before, I used to take my hand, and whenever I enter the fight, I only use the abilities. I use S1, then Alt, like go to different targets, but then it gets stuck. But if you are holding the movement cursor and if you are using your ultimate, you can just go zigzag, zigzag, however you want. It won't have any delay. Okay, so she is very dependent, and it's a very cool ability. It's definitely not broken, but it's good. Lubu. This hero is again completely dependent on his ultimate, because the first ability can give him good healing and also good damage, but then you're only going to use Lubu for his ult. So if you are going to pick him for a 5v5 match in a tournament, or even for a rank match if you are a 5-man team, why would you pick Lubu over all the other warriors that we have? Because of his ultimate. It's a very long range jump, and it's, if you are able to land it properly on a bunch of enemies, it's like a budget version of Lianpo. I would say if landed properly, it's even better than him, because he only stuns, but this guy stuns the same level as him, but deals insane amounts of damage as well. So yeah, it's like that. So the hero is dependent and the team is also pretty dependent, so he's right here. Lamb's ultimate is, It's just another ability for him. Sure, the only reason why I'm not putting him in underwhelming is because you can actually use it to bring people towards your team. So you go in, S2, auto attack, it will take you behind that enemy, then ult and push them out of their tower and bring them towards your team and then finish them off. So for that reason I'm having it in just another ability. But we all know Lamb doesn't need his ultimate to be powerful. His main thing is going to be his second ability, so it's just another ability for him. I think it's better than Byron and Menki. It's just it's not as good as Musashi. I think Musashi is also better than Arlie. Musashi is also better than these heroes. I don't know. I forgot to put him higher up. Yeah, we can put Musashi at the first. Here, he's the best one in just another ability. The ultimate is sure cool, it has a very cool mechanic as well, but Musashi doesn't depend on it at all. He doesn't depend on it at all. Okay, Marco Polo. Maybe we can draw the line here, but it has been like that for a very long time, and it's pretty easy to counter that ultimate if you are careful. But even if you are careless for one split second, you can say goodbye to your whole team. He'll just wipe out everyone. And then they also have the days from that common talent, the stun, and then they also have that rigid armor, the frigid that one armor that also allows you to stun. So double stun ultimate, and then whole team will be wiped out if he uses it properly. So it's broken, but doesn't need enough. These three need enough. This doesn't need enough. Okay, Aliso. I was going to put him here, but I think it's a very good ability to steal kills in the early game, and that will help you like get the lead as a marksman. So in the early game, whenever your team is fighting and you see the enemies are at low HP, just click your ultimate and you will get the kill. So as a marksman, the more kills you get in the early game, the faster you are going to get to your late game. So in the late game, you are going to shine. So for that, I would put him here. He is definitely good. In fact, I might even put him above Shou, because it provides the same thing that Shou. You can use his ultimate to get away as well, but then you have this mechanic that auto locks onto enemies. Shou has lesser cooldown. That is the one thing that he's got going on for him. But Aliso has an overall better ultimate. Doia, I don't think there is any way of nerfing that, and I don't think she needs a nerf. But she's really strong. She's really strong, and she can be paired well with most of these heroes. Take a look. She is the lover of Heino, so it's automatically a powerful combo. Broken combo with Kaiser, broken combo with Marco Polo, broken combo with Guan Yu, broken combo with Dharma. Doesn't pair with Tasha because both of them are supports. Same for Lianpo. Very good with Hoi, two ultimates. And so she's here because she is able to reset all these other broken ultimates. So makes sense, right? So yeah, she doesn't need a nerf or anything. It's just that it's a very cool mechanic to have for any team. Okay. Milady is very dependent on her ultimate, but I don't think it's broken by any means. She's a pretty underwhelming hero, especially in 5-man compositions. No one really picks her. It's only in solo queue where if the enemy laner goes away from their tower for 5 seconds, you just go in and like say bye to your tower. That type of hero. So she's very dependent on her ultimate, but her team is not. So yeah, we can put her right here. Yeah, let her be there. Okay, Ming's ultimate, again, it's okay. It's not bad. So it's just another ability for him. So where do I put it? We can put it like right. We can put it right here. Ming can heal, but his auto attack can heal every 3 seconds or 5 seconds. I'm not sure. And his first ability and second ability are the most important ones. His ultimate is like they didn't know what to do. They were like, okay, this hero is a very cool hero that we have to design. So he will increase the stats with one chain, he will decrease the enemy stats with another chain. Then what do we do with the third ability? He has to have a third ability, right? Okay, let's just give him some healing. I think that's what they thought. So the ultimate is just another ability for him. um, Mosy, again, this is a very like controversial opinion, but I think for Mosy his ultimate is just another ability. His first ability, his second ability is the most broken ability of Mosy. I think every Mosy fan or every Mosy player should be able to agree with me here. His second ability is the broken ability. His third ability is very very situational. It doesn't make it broken at all because it's that situational. Like even if there is one person not in the ult, they can stun you and cancel it. And not to mention that even people who are getting stunned, if they have the boots of resistance, they can keep spamming their stun ability and eventually they will stun you and get away. So the ultimate, it's okay, but yeah, just another ability. His second ability is the most broken one. Insanely long ranged area stun. What more do you want from a mage or even a roamer? Nakuru's ultimate is broken, definitely better than In, and yeah, I would say she's like right here. The reason for that is it allows her to go around the map. You always spam her ultimate whenever it's available. You turn it on, go and attack a creep, then you turn it on, go and attack the enemy, then you turn it on. Her ultimate is always turned on whenever it's out of cooldown, so she's highly dependent on it, and her team is also dependent on it because of the mobility it provides and how much she can farm around the map. And yeah, so Nakuru is on the broken tiers of ultimate. Doesn't really need a nerf, but it is broken. Now Nua's ultimate is again pretty strong. We are only basing this off of her ultimate alone. It is like 15-second cooldown I think in the late game, but it deals a lot of damage. I don't know if you have ever been hit by her ability. If you have, you would know. It takes out like 35 to 40% of HP of a marksman in the late game. Just and it not just hits one target, it hits everyone in range. And it's global. You can even use it to snipe overlords or tyrants across the map. If you time it properly, you will steal them. So it's a pretty broken ability. Definitely not broken as the others here, but I don't think it deserves to be here. It's definitely broken. Just the ultimate alone, not the hero. Okay, just to be clear. Pay, the ultimate is the transform ability, right? I mean, it's pretty like it's just another ability for him, like the lowest of just another ability. His main deal is auto attacks, and he's like a marksman, so it's pretty underwhelming. But the reason why I'm not putting him in underwhelming is because it's a core part of his skill set, just like Mulan. So I think we can rate Mulan also here. She's a very strong hero, he's even stronger hero, but the reason why their ultimate is here is because it just allows them to access the other abilities or the other forms they have. So the ultimate in itself is not doing anything, it's all the first ability and second ability that does the work, and auto attacks in case of pay. So yeah, Shangwan is very very underwhelming. I would say she's the least of all the underwhelming. The reason for that is it's very good ability when you are trying to hit one person, but I think they should make it so that you can lock on to one target with her ultimate, and that will not make it broken. You can counter her still with heroes like Cayenne. If you know she is going to target the marksman, you can go and heal the marksman, right, or give them a shield. Like any support can do that. So her being able to mark one marksman and being able to attack them is something that will put her in like the lower broken tier, or hero is completely dependent tier. But right now I hope everyone can agree with me here. Her ultimate is so bad in team fights. If the enemies are all standing together, she deals zero damage. She'll just go in, do her ultimate, and she can't even run away from there. That's the sad part. Like, okay, even if it's just some damage, at least she should be able to run away, right? No, she'll just die. If you fully commit and dive, you not only deal zero damage, but you'll also die. So she's very bad, underwhelming. Seema, it's just another ability for him. I would say it's better than these heroes. Okay, let's put it behind Lamb. The main damage and mobility, everything is going to be the first ability and second ability. The ultimate is just for show, or when your team is doing a proper engage and every enemy is stunned, then you can come in with your ultimate and you can be of use. Or when you are in a tricky situation and you need to run away, you can use your ultimate to run away. Other than that, the ultimate, so it's just another ability for Simai. Sunbin's ultimate, I, I don't know. I have faced this guy. I have had this guy in our teammate, but out of 36,000 times where he used his ultimate, I only got hit once. Like, I always just walk out of the ultimate, and that silence is a bit annoying. But then at least make it a very long silence, or make it so that the ultimate it goes down faster. Like, sure, it might make it broken, I guess, but right now, what is even the point of that ultimate? No one is going to stand there and take damage. Will you stand there, guys? It's like Princess Frost, right? Her ultimate, no one would stand. Once they see that it's on, everyone will just walk out of it. And at least her, she'll be constantly dealing damage until they, at least until they leave. But here it's just on a timer. It doesn't deal any damage until the timer goes off, so everyone can walk away, walk out of it. So it's only useful for that 1 second silence that it does. Man, Sanchi, um, more broken than Dolia. The ganking potential is off the charts. He's just so good at it. Not necessarily broken and needs a nerf. The line is drawn here, but he's definitely a very fun hero. Very powerful ultimate. A huge stun followed up by his other abilities, and the ability to carry one teammate allows it so that your jungler can clear the jungle, first jungle, go and gank the clash lane, which is the bottom lane, and then both of them can take the ship and go to the top lane for fighting. It's so nice to have that mechanic. A Lady Sun, it's just another ability for her. Sure, it deals a lot of damage. Let's just put her with these marksmen. It has lesser cooldown than these two, so it is good, and the range is absolutely insane. But her first ability is her everything. Her first ability is actually her ultimate, not her third ability. Ukong. Does Ukong have the second form for his ultimate? I think it's pretty underwhelming. I think it needs a rework or a buff where the second form, like in AoV, we have the second form which allows him to go invisible again, right? We should bring it in HoK. I'm not saying he should go invisible. I'm saying he should get the like a dash like Dharma, maybe after using his ult he should get another dash, or at least he should get the first ability. I think that will make it more broken, but he needs something. He's so bad right now. Only like Ukong mains are able to play him. Those who have played Ukong for like 1000 2000 matches, they play him well. But and also he only works in solo. In 5 man, nobody is going to respect him at all. Like, in, have you ever, genuinely asking, have you ever seen him picked in any tournament? No. So the reason for that is that, and also his damage is luck based because it's critical damage, and you don't want your assassin to be a luck based hero. So that is also. Princess Frost, definitely up here with these heroes. Okay, let's put it here, or we can put it above. Okay, above Yin. So she has a very huge area of ultimate, even though it's very hard to actually freeze enemies in it. It allows, it's like Fire Mage, right? It allows you to have a lot of map control. Like, during that fight you have the area cleared, so if you use the ultimate there, the enemies can't stand there. There are a lot of situations, like I have lost count of how many situations where my teammates I will engage and I'll try to kill the enemy team as an assassin, and then I'll die because no one followed up. And I'll be like, what are you guys doing? And then they'll be like, bro, Princess Frost had her ultimate on the way, so we were walking around it. I am sure a lot of people would have been in this situation. Even if you are not the assassin, you might have been the enemy mage who is just stuck there because the Princess Frost ultimate is on your way. So you just have to go around it, and before that your teammates that initiated are dead. So that is the problem with her. Dun's ultimate is just another ability for him for sure. It's not underwhelming at all, but it's just another ability. I would put it above these heroes. Oh, we can put it like right here. It's a decent escape tool and also an initiation tool, but you Dun plays, the first ability and the second ability are the key factors, and also the passive is the most important. And this guy's ultimate, how? Okay, we are finally here. This guy's ultimate is busted. It's just, if you guys didn't know, you have to try. He might feel like he's a very like underwhelming hero, the abilities, but his ultimate, if you are at low HP, you deal a lot more damage. When you use your ultimate, it just swipes out and destroys the entire enemy team, and you can't kill him while he is using his ultimate. So even if he is at 1 HP and if you click his ultimate, even if you attack him, he will not die until he uses the ultimate. So that makes him very powerful. One of the broken ultimates we have in the game right now. Shao, I would say she's the lowest of heroes, completely dependent, because most of her utility comes from S1 and S2. Third ability is just, it deals a huge area of damage and you can just move while you have it on, and it also increases your movement speed because of her passive. But the first ability is the main damage dealer, and the third ability is just like a little bit more damage, and it can also deal damage in that huge area to everyone who is inside. So that is good, but not nearly as broken as these other heroes. Athena's ultimate is pretty underwhelming. I would even say it's rather not, but I'm just going to put her here because she just goes immune and then gets a shield, and then the more damage she takes on the shield, she will reflect back, and no one is going to stand there. Just like who are we talking about? That one hero, I forget. Okay, so just like Sunbin, right? No one is going to wait for you to deal damage with your ultimate. They'll just start moving away, and she's just putting herself. It will be nice if she can slowly move, like reduce her movement speed, but not make her completely stand still. Like when she turns on her turns on her ultimate, she can just hold the lance and the shield like this and slowly move forward, like wherever you are going, instead of standing there, because they'll just move away and you won't even hit anyone. So that is something that they can do to make her better, but the second ability and first ability are her main damage dealing main abilities. So yeah. Okay, Arthur is having, it's just another ability for him. It doesn't really do too much. It marks the ground and deals 1 damage there, but no one is going to stand there again. And then it's a pretty decent stun, but the main annoying part about Arthur is his first ability, the silence and the movement speed that it gives him. So it's just another ability for him. Yang Jian's ultimate, I don't know if you guys have faced this. It's definitely better than these heroes. This guy has insane healing. Like 3-4 enemies will be attacking you, he'll be just one guy. His HP will drop to very low. He'll just tap his ultimate and it will go up, like it will drop this fast and then wing wing. Like he has 3 waves of ultimate, right? All 3 of them heals him. Like he'll go down and then come back up, go down, come back up. I don't know, because he's not a very common hero that people play. You might not have faced that, but then the healing is broken. It's just insane amounts of healing, and his passive is the main part about him. It reduces the crowd control that he takes, because if there are more enemies around him. So nice hero to have in, especially in the world of HoK where Liu Shan is popular. Where is that guy? Here he is. Okay. Alan's ultimate, definitely one of the stronger ones, definitely stronger than these two. Alan, just like Lubu, it's just that he doesn't deal any. He doesn't stun anything. He deals damage but no stuns with his ult. But it makes it so that it's very hard for the enemy marksman to get away. You go towards the marksman with your second ability, and that will make them use their flash or their dash ability. Then you use your ultimate and just follow them, and they won't be able to do anything. I think Alan is the single greatest marksman killer in the game. It's so hard to even save your marksman from him, even if you are a good support. Oh, Yaria's ultimate. Really broken. We can put her like right here in front of Tasha. The ability to climb on top of your teammate and give them shield while also dealing damage. Also, if you have the venomous staff anti-heal magic item, you can also, like, if the enemy healer is a problem for your jungler, you just sit on your jungler and then your jungler goes and attacks, and she will turn on her second ability and the venomous staff will activate and the enemy won't be healing as much. So it's like Nakuru having 12 equipments, so all her equipments will be helping her. I'm just talking about if they are going for a combo. So she has 6 damage items and she has all the utility items, the slowdown, the vision, or the healing, the shield, the anti-heal, everything she will have. So she's like the toolkit that you bring when you're fighting. You have like the inventory where you take stuff and attack. So she'll be like sitting on top and doing all the stuff. Concertio's ultimate is definitely one of the underwhelming ones. Sure, it's a stun, but it's a very micro stun, and then it helps her jump back, which is good. But then, if the assassin is good, he will just go around you and make you jump into his side. I don't know if you guys have faced that, but it's something that can happen. Her other abilities are good. The second ability is broken, but the ultimate is pretty underwhelming. Cyrus, hero is completely dependent. I would say he is like right here next to Jin. The ultimate is very important for him, but the most powerful thing about Cyrus is his passive, which allows him to fly over everything. The other abilities don't even come close, but the ultimate is good. It is very good to pick up one target, but then you have to be very good with Cyrus to actually manage to pick up the right target. You don't, just like Shangan, right? You can't really like pick who you want to toss up. Sure, the enemy who has lower HP will come up, but what if both are at full HP? It's very hard to like accurately pick up the one marksman that you want to pick. It's easy to just come in and block that ability for him. So yeah, his ultimate is good but not really broken. Shangfei's ultimate is definitely broken though. Let us put him below Tasha and Yarya right here, because it's a very powerful initiator, insanely strong stun, and then it allows him to deal massive amounts of auto attack damage. He becomes like a warrior with a lot of attack items after using his ultimate. He just easily kills marksman mages in 1v1, even though you don't need to do that as a support. He can still do it. And yeah, the main character when it comes to tower diving compositions. Zilong's ultimate, I'm going to put him right above Dharma. This guy's ultimate is 4 seconds cooldown. I don't know. It's a very strong ult. It is a very long dash. Especially if he's at low HP, his range is even higher. And the ultimate has a cooldown of 4 seconds. It's a powerful area stun. I would even put him like right here or even here. You should play him. If you haven't played him, you see how powerful that is. 4 seconds cooldown on an ultimate, which is a huge area stun, is just massive. If you have a good team that can cooperate with you, build him full tanky and just stun opponents. He can also deal a lot of damage himself if he connects his ultimate. So you can use him like that, okay? Lady Zhen or Lady Zen. Underwhelming. Now, you might be like, what? Why, how is it underwhelming? It's like just like Princess Frost. No, it's not like Princess Frost. It's her other abilities that carry her ultimate. Just like Sunbin and Athena, no one wants to stand in her ultimate, they'll just walk away before the third stack even ticks in. But the first ability and the second ability help her get to the third stack quickly, making the enemy stand in her ult. So the main abilities are her S1 and S2. The ultimate is just quite underwhelming, and they also reduce the damage by a lot. Before that she was like here at least, but then they keep reducing the damage of her ult for some reason. She's not good right now. I don't know about the competitive scene, but we don't really care about the pro player scene of the competitive level and KIC, AIC. No, we are not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about 5-man composition in ranked games or solo queue, duo queue. We are here to talk about this. And there, her ultimate does nothing for her. The first ability is pretty strong now. Second ability has always been strong, and those two abilities carry her ultimate, not her ultimate itself. So she's not bad. I will put her at first. Okay. Kui's ultimate is pretty underwhelming as well. Like similar to Lady Zen, his main ability is his second ability, and only the enemy who gets hit by the second ability is stunned by his ultimate, which is not good. Like Grak can stun everyone. He's the same as Kui, but why can't Kui do it? I guess it's because HoK doesn't have the cleanse item, a cleansing thing, except that this hero that can cleanse. But I think they should reduce the range of his ult, but make it so that he can stun everyone, just like Grak. Make him like Grak. Grak is not broken, right? Grak from AoE is not broken at all. So make him just like Grak. Make it so that he can just pull everyone, but in a very small range, just like Grak. Fire Mage's ultimate is pretty underwhelming. It doesn't provide as much utility as his. It doesn't provide him as much utility as his other abilities for sure. But it's not. It is pretty underwhelming. Let's put it like right here. Okay. Kong Ming's ultimate is pretty important for him. It's not broken by any means. His passive is good. Like all his abilities are equally good. So yeah. Ata's ultimate not really very effective. It's just another ability, or it's underwhelming. His first ability and second ability are the ones that carry him. So I'm going to put him in underwhelming next to Liu Shan. There are places where you can use it, like Ata versus Ata x Dharma. So Ata being your jungler and Dharma being your clash laner, Ata can actually build a wall for Dharma to hit enemies into. So it's a good combo. You guys should try it. And then finally, this hero, his ultimate is definitely broken. Let's put it right here. So he's broken because of how unique that is. That is the only ability that we have in HoK that can cleanse others. So he's the only support who can save you from Liu Shan, who can save you from Zhang Fei, who can save you from Guan Yu. Like it goes on. He is the absolute hard counter of stuns. And now let me talk about the other heroes that we don't have here. Last time I made one of these videos, I didn't have Luara in it, or the recent heroes. The Luang is not here, and then you guys asked for a bunch of heroes, right? So I will talk about them. Just a sec, let me just go and see what are all the heroes that are missing here, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have checked the game, and we have a few number of heroes that are missing in this list. So I'm going to go over them one by one. Luang, his ultimate, that is what we are going to talk about first. I would put him in just another ability. It is pretty underwhelming. It looks so cool. It will be the S plus tier if it's based on the aesthetics alone, but then on utility it is a lifesaver for him. He can use it to get away, but his other abilities are his main thing, so it's pretty underwhelming. So I just say it's just another ability because it provides him that escape tool. So yeah, I will put Luang like right here. And then we have Luara, broken AF. I would put her even above Yangjian here because that ultimate not only provides her more damage but also the stuns, which we have never heard of in any marksman. There is no marksman who just constantly stuns enemies. She is the only one who can do that. besides dealing a lot of damage as well. So yeah, I think he's the other marksman in this broken AF tier, the ultimate. Okay, and then we have Garo. Garo is like on the first. I will put her in front of Luna here. She's not really too dependent on it, but she's not. But the ultimate is not as good. It's not good enough to be in the broken tier, right? So that is why she is here. But it's pretty strong. The attack speed increase is very good. Like it scales so much with her other abilities and her auto attack damage. And then we have Guiguzi. Definitely, he is going to be like with Zhang Fei here. Between these two, he'll be right here. Such a powerful ability. You can use it to increase your movement speed and go untargetable. You are basically untargetable until you go close and you attack the enemies. Of course, they can see you coming. I'm not talking about him making all his teammates invisible. Invisibility is not happening, but untargetability is happening. So until you go close to them, they can't hit you. They can only throw area damage abilities, like Shou can attack, mages can attack, but marksmen and others can't really lock onto that enemy. Okay, and then we have Neza. Neza's ultimate is pretty broken too. I would put him above Alen and above, like right here between Yang and this Hoi, because it's again like Sanchi. It's a very powerful ability, but it's not as good as Sanchi's ability, but it is pretty good. It can cover almost 60% of the distance that Sanchi can cover with this ult. Then we have, okay, Yuhan. Yuhan is the last hero that we have here, I think. Yeah, Liang also. Okay, so Wuhan is like just another ability. Sure, it can give her a lot of healing. She can go untargetable, but it's like her escape ability. Most of the time, if she's getting jumped on, she just turns it on and runs. So just another ability for her. And Liang, he is completely dependent. I would put him even in front of Garo here, because Dongwang, where did I put Dongwang? Okay, Dongwang is here because his ultimate is you have to go close, but Liang doesn't have that. He can just stay far away and still suppress enemies, so he will be right here. Okay, so yeah, I think that's about it. We have covered every single hero and their ultimates. Now let me know what you guys think about this. This is just my opinion. If you have different opinions, or if you think some others ultimate deserves to be higher up, or some ultimate is bad so they have to come down, just let me know in the comments. And if you have any other video ideas like this where you want me to cover a tier list of certain things, just let me know in the comments and I will do it for you. It was fun making this video, and I hope this was helpful as well. This is more like an entertaining video than being helpful, so yeah, hopefully you all are entertained by it. Okay, so if you have been watching this video fully, you have to hit the like button. It took some time for me to make, and I would really appreciate all the support that I can get. And that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you all found this video entertaining and helpful, and if you did, make sure to support me by hitting the like and subscribe button. I hope you all have a really great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.